Hi, this is Dr. Law. I'm going to continue teach the chapter 5 G score. Okay, so we know here we talk about the G score actually is to transfer your raw score to the standardized score. Okay, so then we use this formula G equal X minus mu divided by standard deviation. Okay, so X is raw score, and mu is the average, okay, from the population, and standard deviation also from the population. Okay, so if you know your G score, okay, like here we have an example we talked about earlier. So if the Joe's this raw score is 60, okay, and then looks like the performance is not that good, but actually if you are 60, subtract the class mean is 49, right? And the standard deviation is 7, so you 60 minus 49, right, divided by 7, so you got 1.57. So you look at your the normal distribution, not bad. So original Joe's may be very disappointed to know he only got 60 from his test. But actually, if you look at it, compare with your whole class, actually it's pretty good, very close to this side. Okay, so that's the purpose for this score, so you can compare with your peer, knowing what your performance looks like. Okay, so now this is your turn. Okay, so page 75. So then we have Letitia take the 4 courses in this semester, and then the 4 classes is sociology, English, math, and art history. Okay, then Letitia, assuming she has got the raw scores 82, 58, 89, and 73. So if you look at this grade, looks like her English is the worst, 58. Okay, but the really true there, let's look at the mean score, okay, for the class. Like 78, 52, 104, 70. Standard deviation is 4, 2, 8, 6. Okay, so how do you do this one? You can, okay, so everybody show me how do you get it. Calculate this score. How do you do that? Okay, so we can look at here. Okay, so then if I have a 82, okay, 82, right? So we say G equal raw score subtract your mu divided by standard deviation, right? So I got 82, but the class is 78, and the standard deviation is 4, right? So this together is 4 divided by 4. I get 1. I get 1. So that's why you get 1, right? So 1 is where? 1 is here. So this is where she got it for the sociology, right? Then the second one is for English. English will be 58 subtract 52 divided by 2. So it's what? 6 divided by 2 is 3. So English actually is here. English here. Then the art, math. Okay, so let's do the math. So math will be 89 subtract 104 divided by 8. Right? So you can see the math actually got a negative 1.875 is here. That's math. Right? And then the art history, actually if you do this calculation, you'll get 0.5. Okay, so this is art history. Okay, so look at this one. original, she think about what? Her English is the worst, right? But if you look at this, 1, 3, her English actually performed the best. You see that? So you see, if we know how to do the G-score, then you can really compare yourself with your peers, okay? And because they are from different class, so you cannot just say, oh, this class, I'm doing the worst for the one which subject. You need to know what other people do. You can see, you know, for the English, the average score even lower than her score. So you can see she's doing pretty good, right? You understand that? Oh, just give me a second while it's, okay, just give me a second. Why this, oh, it's up. Okay, good. Okay, so everybody understand? Okay, so now I want this one to be bigger. Screen. Okay. Okay, we may need to use that big screen. Okay, let me change to this bigger screen. I'm in trouble here, I cannot write. Let's see, how do we do? Okay, so here, okay. So here, do we know the G-score, okay, then how do you determine to the raw score? Okay, so you can see that's a formula. X equal mu plus G, parenthesis, the standard deviation. Okay, so you given G equal negative 0.75, standard deviation is 4, mean is 26. What is the equivalent raw score? Okay, so you can see here, I put the Z score here, and then the mu is here, okay, and then times your standard deviation, and you get 0.3. Okay, that's how you get this one. Okay, so now for this one, let's go back to get our D score. Okay, everybody remember, D score is your raw score, subtract your mu, okay, divide by standard deviation, right? So then, what do we get? You get this one, right? 0.916 equals what? 84 subtract 73 divided by 12. You got a number, right? And then 90 subtract 73 divided by 12. You got 1.42. Okay. Now, if I give you the D score, right? How do you know the raw score? Right? You have the same, you still have a mean and standard deviation there, right? So, how do you do it? How do you do it? Let me see, I can put here. Or maybe I can just use this. Okay, so you have you don't know x, right? You don't know x. Then you know mu. Mu is 73. Plus, you got a g, 1.25. Right? Times standard deviation is 12. Okay, and that's, you do this together, get 88. Make sense? Okay. So now you calculate. Let me see, how to do it. Everybody? Yes. Great. Okay. Okay, good. That. Okay. Now, when you are able to run G-score, able to calculate G-score, then your plan, your goal is to transfer them to the another standardized score. Okay. So the one we use quite often is with the IQ, SAT, and T-score. Okay. As many of you already take SAT test. SAT you never get 0 because what? Because they put the mean score is 500. They put mean score is 500, okay? And then the mean score here is 100, okay? And it's a 50, okay? So that is the score they set up, okay? Then the standard deviation is 15, 100, and 10. Okay, so how do you do this? Okay, so you need to get your G-score and put the one they already set up for you, okay, and the one you set up for you. For example, here, if you want to get with the IQ, then the score is 100, right? You want to get SAT, then this one is 500, right? If you want to get T-score, then it's what? 50. Got it? Okay. Then this G-score you have to calculate. Remember, G equal your raw scores subtract mean score divided by standard deviation. Okay. Then times standard deviation they put to you right here. Standard deviation, if you want to do Wessler, is 1. No, it's 15. SAT 100, and T-score is 10. Okay, so for example, for this one, okay, they say the class mean was 102. Class mean is 102, okay, then standard deviation 12, what's the raw score? 98, equivalent to that. Okay, so you can see here, first of all, let's calculate our D-score. Okay, so your 98 here, right, raw score, okay, subtract the mean score, 102, okay, divide by standard deviation, 12, so you get negative 0.33, okay, negative 30.3. Then you bring back to the formula, okay, so remember with the 100 already set up. It's already set up. You just need to remember that. Okay, plus this is the one. Only thing you need to calculate is your Z-score. Okay, negative 0.33 times the standard deviation they already set up. So you are 100 plus negative 0.33 times 15 equal 95.05. Okay, got it? Okay, so now for this one, okay, so for given distribution, mean is 60, standard deviation 5, raw score is 87. Okay, so 87 subtract 60 divided by 5. Okay, you got 3.6. Okay, so you got a Z-score. Remember, it's already set up. So your 50, they already set up for you, plus the one you calculate times 10 equal 86. Got this one, everybody? Okay? Okay, you got an answer there? Understand? You understand? You understand? Great. Great. Okay. Then your SAT, right? So the mean score 148, standard deviation 118, and the JAMA gets score 166. Okay, and you want to know what is you want to transfer this to your SAT. So you subtract 166 subtract 148 divided by 80. You got this number and plug in. So right now, maybe you already know how to get SAT. So when you go back to your SAT score, original, you got it. Find your score they give to you and see what's your Z, right? Because you already know mean, you already know standard deviation, then you can go back to find what's your Z score. Okay, got it? Okay, so look at this chart. They're pretty much the same thing, okay? The only difference is they set a mean score in different number. So this score, think this middle number is 0, okay? But what's the IQ say? No, we want to set 100. We want to set 100. Then SAT said we want to set 500, right? And T-score said we want to set 50. Okay, so you can see, depend on their standard deviation. So for this score will be 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, because their standard deviation is 1, right? For weather, remember the standard deviation is 50. So they're 100, 115, 130, 145, right? And SAT is 100, right? So it'll be 500, 600, 700, 800, right? And then T-score will be 50, 60, 70, 80. So you can see from this chart, you can see, even you transfer, you can see they are in the similar, in the same normal distribution, okay? So this score is the key. Once you got this score, then you can transfer to whatever this score you want to transfer, okay? Okay, so now I'm going to start this one, and then for our next one, we are going to start from page 80 to 81 for this chapter. Okay, so thank you for listening.